Diplomatic negotiations between the US and Iran have reached a total standstill. With no official teams meeting and communication lines effectively severed, a tense geopolitical vacuum has formed in the Middle East. Amidst this silence, the commander of the Iranian Navy, Shahram Irani, issued a cryptic warning. He claimed Iran is preparing to use a secret weapon that would give the American military a heart attack. On the surface, the threat seems hollow. A single American supercarrier represents nearly 100,000 tons of nuclear-powered sovereignty, protected by a strike group with more firepower than most national militaries. Iran's surface fleet operates on a much smaller scale, typically relying on light frigates and fast attack craft. Conventional doctrine suggests these assets cannot threaten heavily armoring American targets in open water. To find the logic behind Iran's confidence, we have to look past the hardware and examine the specific maritime environment where they intend to fight. That weapon is the Hoot, a highly specialized torpedo whose name translates directly from the Persian language to mean the whale. Dense water creates massive drag, capping traditional torpedoes at 100 kilometers per hour. The Hoot uses super-cavitation, vaporizing water with a specialized nose to create a continuous gas bubble around the hull. Eliminating friction allows the weapon to accelerate to 360 kilometers per hour. This high-speed projectile carries a 200-kilogram explosive warhead and uses an autonomous tracking system to stay locked on to its target. At these speeds, a ship's defensive systems have almost no time to react. The window between detection and impact is measured in seconds. However, the gas bubble that makes the Hoot fast also makes it short-sighted. It burns fuel at an incredible rate and limits the weapon's effective range to just 15 kilometers. In the middle of the ocean, a 15-kilometer range is a major disadvantage. But Iran doesn't plan on fighting in the middle of the ocean. This map shows the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Oman, and the narrow passage that connects them. This is the Strait of Hormuz. At its narrowest point, the shipping lanes are restricted to a corridor only a few dozen kilometers wide. Within this 50-kilometer bottleneck, the Hoot's range limitation disappears. Iran engineered this weapon specifically for these cramped conditions, where speed and impact are far more important than long-distance endurance. To further restrict the movement of large warships, Iran maintains a massive inventory of underwater mines, designed to funnel ships into even narrower kill zones. They are also reportedly experimenting with unconventional delivery systems, including trained dolphins equipped with explosive charges to patrol the shallowest parts of the strait. By combining super-cavitating speed with dense minefields and unpredictable biological assets, Iran has turned a vital waterway into an inescapable gauntlet for any entering fleet. Iran's naval strategy is not built to win a traditional war of attrition against the United States. Their goal is to make the risk at entering the Strait of Hormuz so high that it becomes a psychological barrier for American commanders. The heart attack warning is part of this calculated deterrence. It forces the U.S. to consider if risking a multi-billion-dollar carrier in such a tight, high-speed environment is worth the potential loss. In modern asymmetric warfare, pairing specialized short-range technology with a restrictive geography creates a strategic advantage that even a vastly superior superpower cannot easily overcome.